Yo, what's up, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about films that I think could be nominated for the upcoming 99th Oscars. It's a Google Doc, so you're going to see a lot of films at once. I tried to put them in alphabetical order. Some of them aren't, some of them are. But yeah, I'm going to kind of just break down each one. First up, we have 1949. Director Paul Lukowski. Hopefully I said that right. He's the guy that made the film Cold War and Ida, so he's been nominated twice. I believe he's won for Ida for international film, and then he got a Best Director nomination for Cold War. So yeah, this is his new film. I think it's a war film, and it stars Sandra Hüller, who's going to have a really big year, I think, this year in terms of the Oscars. She could get 1 or 2 nominations. I could definitely see it. Alright, All of a Sudden. So it is directed by Ryusuke Hamaguchi, who made the Japanese film Drive My Car, which got a international film, and I believe he got director as well for it, but it is his French language debut, so that's going to be really interesting in terms of not only the Best Picture race, but the international race as well. So yeah, that's one that I'm interested in. Up next, The Adventures of Cliff Booth, directed by David Fincher. Made obviously some of the best films ever made. It's starring Brad Pitt again, which is going to be cool. Reprising his role from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It also has Elizabeth Debicki, who, if you don't know her, she was on The Crown, and she won an Emmy Award, so she's already been in, good graces with actors. So we'll see if she gets a nomination, but I am excited for that film. Being Human. Alright, so Being Human is directed by Sian Heder, who made the Oscar-winning film, Best Picture-winning film, Coda. But this time, it's starring Mark Ruffalo and Dylan O'Brien. It's about a disability rights activist. Yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know if it's gonna do well at the Oscars, but I wasn't sure about Coda, but Coda was actually pretty solid. So, anticipated ones. This one is going to be really, really interested. I'm interested to see how it's going to play. I've heard some reviews that the movie was it wasn't that good, but the performances were good. It's directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, who made Birdman and The Revenant. It's starring Tom Cruise. John Goodman is also in it. Jesse Plemons, Sandra Hüller again, and Riz Ahmed. So the cast is going to be really, really strong. It looks like good director, but we'll just have to wait and see for it to come out. But I am excited for sure. That's one of my top 3 most anticipated films of the year. Disclosure Day. This is going to be a film that my good friend Jackson is hyped for probably the most. Yeah, so it's directed by Spielberg, starring Emily Blunt, Joshua Connor, Coleman Domingo, and Colin Firth. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. It looks super interesting. Spielberg doing this sci-fi stuff again is going to be awesome. So I'm excited for it. Dune Part 3, directed by, of course, Denis Villeneuve, who did the first 2. The first 2 also got Best Picture nominations. I do worry that it could be like Avatar, where the first 2 got Best Picture, and then this one doesn't. So that is a bit concerning. But of course it has, the boy Timmy Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa, Stellan Skarsgård. It's got all the same people from the last film. So it's always going to play well at the Oscars. So yeah. The next one, The Entertainment, directed by Ruben Östlund. Hopefully I said that right. Östlund. This one is starring Keanu Reeves and who else was it? Kirsten Dunst. So it should be a good, interesting film because he made Triangle of Sadness, which got a couple of nominations. I believe it got a Best Picture nomination, so that's one that, should be interesting. Fjord, the director, I'm not really sure who he is. I think it's Christian Mingyu. I'm not sure who that is, but it's got a good cast. It's got Renate Reinsve and Sebastian Stan, two Oscar nominees. Yeah, so those should be interesting. I think it's about a Danish, Norwegian family who has troubles. I guess we'll figure out what the troubles are. Up next, Jack of Spades. So Jack of Spades is directed by Joel Coen, obviously of the Coen brothers. He last made The Tragedy of Macbeth, which got Denzel Washington nominated. It's starring Josh O'Connor. Again, he might have a big year as well. And his wife, Joel Coen's wife, Frances McDormand. Yeah, so Joel Coen's wife, and the 3-time Oscar winner, Frances McDormand, is going to be in it. I don't know a ton about the film. I just know that it's going to be directed by Joel Coen. So I'm excited to see that one. Up next is Josephine, which is already out somewhat. It was out, I guess, for Sundance. Yeah, it's starring Channing Tatum and Gemma Chan. It did pretty well, I think, at Sundance, so we'll see if it gets picked up anywhere and hopefully released this year. And then we have one of the biggest films, maybe the most anticipated film of the year, The Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan's follow-up movie to Oppenheimer. It's got Matt Damon as Odysseus, but also Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Jon Bernthal. There's so many people in this movie. It's definitely going to get in for casting for sure. But if it's as good as Oppenheimer was, it's going to get nominated. And then another film that I'm super excited for, The Social Reckoning, directed by Aaron Sorkin. It's a sequel, I guess, to what's that movie called? The Mark Zuckerberg movie. Let's see, what is it called? Right, The Social Network. Yeah, I just forgot. But yeah, it's a sequel to The Social Network, starring Jeremy Allen White, Mikey Madison, and Jeremy Strong. Yeah, should be interesting. Up next, I have Werewolf on my list, which is directed by Robert Eggers, who did really well with Nosferatu. It got like 4 Oscar nominations without even getting Best Picture. So this one, I feel like he could be in good graces with the Oscars and be like, look, I'm just gonna keep making these, old school weird movies, and hopefully you can nominate me. Like Frankenstein got nominated this year from Del Toro. This one, it has Aaron Taylor Johnson, Lily Rose Depp, and Willem Dafoe for Werewolf. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Alright, so up next we have one of my most anticipated films. I know I keep saying that, but it's going to be a great year for movies. Wild Horse 9, which actually is probably my front runner right now, without knowing anything about it, for Best Picture. It just looks awesome. The poster looked really cool. It's directed by Martin McDonagh, who made Banshees of Inisherin, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Those were his last 2 films, both of which got Oscar nominated. So this one I'm expecting the same, and it's starring John Malkovich, Sam Rockwell, and Steve Buscemi. I think there might be somebody else, but I don't know. It would be awesome if Steve Buscemi got an Oscar nomination for that film. He deserves it. He's a legend in Hollywood. So I'm really excited about that. Then there are some films that I don't know if they're going to come out in 2026. They could come out next year. But we'll, they could be in contention, I think, for the Oscars. So, Paper Tiger, directed by James Gray, and it has Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. They're back together, which is going to be a cool pairing to see again, just as it was in Marriage Story. It also has Miles Teller in it. I'm not sure what it's about, but it's a film that I think could maybe get a couple of nominations here and then. So next is which is the next Edward Berger film. So it's starring Brad Pitt. I don't know much about it, but considering Edward Berger's last two films had been nominated in All Quiet on the Western Front and Conclave, which was honestly one of the better films that I've seen recently. We'll see if it comes out this year, but I am excited if it does. Saturn Return, which is directed by Greg Quaidar, who made Sing Sing. It's starring Charles Melton, Rachel Brosnahan, and Will Poulter. Don't know much about it. It's going to be released on Netflix. So maybe this is like the Train Dreams year, which if you didn't know, Greg Quaidar actually co-wrote the script with Clint Bentley. And I believe Clint Bentley is a writer on this one as well. I'm not certain about it, but yes. Saturn Return should be interesting. Release for Netflix. Alright, so up next, Ink by Danny Boyle. I don't need to tell you what films he's made, because he's made some of the best ever. Starring Jack O'Connell, Guy Pearce, and Claire Foy. It's about Rupert Murdoch.